Hello and welcome to Nothing to Wear, the podcast that solves fashion problems and levels up your wardrobe. I have been away for a few weeks. I don't know if you noticed. I was in Canada, and while I was gone, the beautiful Chelsea filled in for me with Lucinda. Who's Chelsea, you probably ask? She is the entertainment writer here at Mamamia, and she is one of the most stylish women I know. Chelsea is an entertainment writer here at Mamamia, but that's not all she's good at. She is good at getting dressed. She is very stylish. And so I want Chelsea to join me more on occasion on Nothing to Wear. But first, we need to get to know her better. So I'm going to ask her a lot of fashion questions. Let's do it. So Chelsea, welcome back technically to Nothing to Wear. You did an episode with Lucinda, which I absolutely loved listening to. But today is all about you. We're going to get to know you. So first of all, I get to ask new guests 2 questions. Firstly, can you describe your style in 3 words for me?
I can try. I would say comfortable, eclectic, and edgy. I hate using that word. I'm like, oh, I'm so quirky, but I feel like it fits.
Yeah, it describes what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Something a little bit different.
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
I like that. Eclectic. I like to be eclectic, but I think I'm really just an unorganized mess and I pretend that's eclectic. So the theory that we think is pretty true for a lot of women, wardrobe of clothes, but there's 10% of that wardrobe that we just wear more than the rest. Mm-hmm. What's in your 10%?
I have this black tank top that I got years ago on Depop.
Damn.
Yep. And probably 6 days of the week, that's something that I'm throwing on because it just goes with everything. And I think more recently, the headband. I know it's like kind of come back.
Yeah.
I have 1 or 2, and I think I wear it probably 7 days a week.
I need to get into a headband
It's
because
so
my
good.
hair's at an awkward length where it's always annoying and in my face, but it doesn't go back to on a full pony. So it's functional.
It is.
But looks so cute.
It's also one of those things where like I get like my fringe or like the front of my hair gets a little bit oily.
Same.
Slick it back, throw a headband on, you look.
Oh my God, you need to come on New Beauty.
Yeah.
I love that. And now I want to
love
know what that black tank is. If you can track it down and find new ones.
Yeah, I have
bet
it
you
in
can't.
a few colors, but the black one is the one that just,
Goes with everything. So as I said, today the topic is kind of you. We've done a few of these in the past. They're more of an in-conversation style episode to get to know you. You're going to be joining us more on this podcast, which is very exciting. So I want to know, who are you? What do you love? What do you do in your spare time? What inspires you? Give us the lowdown on who you are.
Okay. Well, so I'm the entertainment writer here at Mamamia, so I feel like it comes as no surprise that the things I love really sort of live in that world. I love to read, love to write, and I love movies and TV. And that's a lot of kind of what inspires me as well, fashion-wise, but just in life. I get a lot of inspiration from pop culture and what I see on screen. And as far as fashion goes, I feel like I actually draw a lot of inspiration from the people in my life. I have a lot of very fashionable friends, my sister, my mom. I love looking at old photos of my mom and my grandma and like pulling inspiration.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I love that. Now, listen, you're a writer and an author. Congratulations. And you write so beautifully about your bicultural experiences. So how has being a Chinese Australian shaped your identity and your self-expression beyond the words that you write? Because you've written 2 beautiful books. You are an incredible poet. But how has it shaped what you wear and your beauty approach, your fashion, your wardrobe, how you show up in the world?
Yeah, that's such a lovely question. I mean, I feel like growing up kind of straddling 2 cultures, you sort of grow up with these 2 very different lenses. And when you're younger, you spend a lot of time trying to like reconcile those 2 things and trying to be one or the other.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it has to feel like one or the other.
Yeah. I think growing up, it felt that way for a very long time. But I think now, as an adult, those sort of 2 cultures just feel intertwined in you. And I feel like talking about fashion or beauty, it really trickles into everything. So I feel like I draw a lot of inspiration from Hong Kong, where that's where my family is from, and Aussie fashion. So there's sort of both Eastern and Western influence, which I think is actually really beautiful.
Well, it's the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah,
I love that. So we're here to talk fashion and style. It's called Nothing to Wear. So what is your personal approach to fashion and getting dressed?
I think for me, I'm quite an impulsive person. So now in my 2025 self, I try to be quite intuitive with how I shop. I love going on Depop, eBay, doing like vintage shopping. And I feel like for bigger ticket items, I try to secondhand shop.
Smart.
And then, for trends, I kind of go the lower end.
Yeah.
But I really shop like piece by piece instead of having like an ideal look. I don't really do mood boards and lookbooks and things
Me
like that.
neither. I want to be that person, but
Yeah.
it feels like too much work. I just see an item that I like and I go, oh, it's cheap, I'll buy it. Or,
Yeah.
oh, it's expensive, I wish.
100%. That's me as well. I feel like if I see something, I'm like, does this spark joy? Does this piece of clothing make me excited? Is it something I can afford? I'll think about how I'm
Yes.
going to style it with stuff that I own, and then I'll go
Yes.
ahead and get it. I don't really think about it in terms of like, I want this look or
I'm
this specific
exactly the
vibe.
same.
Yeah.
I also think like unless you're a celebrity or someone that's constantly on camera, I mean, we're sort of on camera, but it doesn't count. But I just don't think in looks. I go, oh, I
Yeah.
like that top. It'll go with enough things.
Agree.
Or,
Yeah.
And how much, you said comfortable is one of your words. So how much does practicality play into what you buy? Maybe it's you buy it and then it ends up in your wardrobe and you don't wear it because it's not comfy versus wanting to, we work in a semi-glamorous industry versus buying things because it feels aspirational. I've learned that lesson. It's like, oh, I work in media. I'll buy this fancy thing. And then I just live in leggings.
Yep. Yeah.
So do you still struggle with that?
I do a lot. I think these days I try to be a little bit more careful with that because like you said, I end up having a wardrobe full of things that because they're not comfortable, I won't wear it.
Same.
That's like a number one thing for me. Like
they're pretty, but no one sees them.
Yeah, like if even if it's like it could be the most beautiful thing in the world, but if
Yeah.
I can't, also because day to day I'm coming into the office, I'm writing most of the day, so I'm sitting at my desk.
Yeah.
If I
I
can't
know, like my
sit
really
and-
tight high-waisted
Oh,
pants.
no way.
Forget it.
yeah, it has to be something that's kind of loose fitting
Yeah.
on the waist. I can sit in it, I can eat and do
Yeah.
all that. So I feel like that's like probably a top priority for me. I'll see something if I like it, I'll have to think about like, is this comfortable? Like practically, will I wear this into the office?
You've learned that lesson at a good age. Trust
Yeah.
me, I've only just learned it. And so I've still got all the pretty things, but they don't
Yeah,
get
I mean,
worn.
it's like that sometimes, isn't it? I have like tons of dresses and things that just, or like even like corset type tops.
Yes.
That I mean, I love it. It
Me
looks
too.
beautiful, but
Yeah.
just like practically day to day, just not something that I would wear.
Okay, I want to talk and get your opinion about fashion versus style. Are they different? What is your opinion on those two terms?
I mean, I haven't given that a whole lot of thought, but in my opinion, fashion to me feels a little bit more external, whereas style feels more internal and kind of personal in a way. I
Yes.
feel like fashion is kind of informed by more external factors, and sometimes it's maybe what's trending, what's current, or maybe what was trending at a particular period of time.
Yes.
Whereas style feels deeply personal, and I think I might see something, I might not know if it's in fashion, but I'll know if it's my
Yes,
style or
your
not.
style. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tend to be, I think, the things that live in your wardrobe the longest and have the longest
Yeah.
longevity, regardless of if they're an investment piece or the price, because your kind of subconscious picked it rather than
Yeah.
going, oh, red shoes, I better get some red shoes, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Talk to me about shopping. Are we an in real life person? Are we an online shopper? You mentioned being impulsive. How do you control that? Do you have some strategies? How do you go shopping?
So I feel like a bit of both. I feel like the Gen Z in me is very much like online, love to browse Depop, love to get a
I
good
mean,
deal.
we're sitting at computers all day. Sometimes we just accidentally go over to a website.
Agreed. It's just so much easier. Also, just for convenience sake, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of how I've shopped for the last, several years. But I have recently started kind of going back into stores and having that. And I love that so much. I think it also can be like a bit of a social experience. So
Yes.
I love to go shopping with my mom,
Yes.
friends, and kind of make a day of it. And the experience of just going in and trying things on,
Yeah.
I think is actually a lot of fun. So I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I shop online now more than ever before because life. But when I look at what I wear the most, it's oftentimes the things I've bought in real life because I've
Yeah.
seen the fabric. I've
Yep.
really tried it on.
Yeah.
I've got I do a lot of online returns.
Mhm.
I keep a lot of my online purchases, but the things I really love are oftentimes what I've touched physically before I've
Yeah.
paid the money.
Yeah, that's so true. I think like also nothing can really replicate like being able to try something
Yeah.
on. I feel like for so long I really took that for granted.
Yes. And also I think you have to think a little bit more. Like even if
Yes.
it's just to walk to the register, now on the internet it's just press one button.
Yeah.
You don't even have to enter your credit card.
It's too, and also
It's
with,
too
like,
easy.
with shipping, it's you often I find this, I don't know if you're the same, you tend to add more things to your
Yes.
basket just
They're like
for the
spend
sake of
$60 more to save $5 on shipping. You're like,
so
okay.
true. It's so
I
true.
came out of the shower yesterday. My son likes to research things on my laptop. He's in kindy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He had gone onto Amazon and bought these toys
Oh my
because
gosh.
it's just like a big yellow button. He can't really read, but he goes, playing a
Oh.
video game, yellow, great, to the next step, yellow to the next step.
That's so crazy.
So it's that easy. And, if you don't have any self-control.
Yeah.
Like me.
No, 100%.
So trends, yes or no? You'd be across them because obviously you're just across the zeitgeist from a, entertainment perspective as well. So you're always on social media, you're always seeing what, famous people and non-famous people are doing. Are you into trends? You are? I hope you are, because I am too. I don't do everyone, but I feel like you're meant to be embarrassed to say I like trends.
I know exactly, like literally exactly what you just said. I think, yes, I love a trend, but I don't buy into every single trend. I
Yes.
think, like for instance, like when animal print came back, leopard print.
Not for you?
No, I love it.
Oh, great. I love it too.
I now have like cow print shoes. My bag is leopard print.
Right.
Like I love it so much. And I think
Yes.
it's because I've always kind of loved that. Like there was a period of time when I was younger that was sort of in as well. And I've
Yes.
kind of kept all the things that I had, and I was really sad when it went out of style.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about picking a trend that you genuinely love and not
Yes.
just because everyone's
I
wearing it.
agree. And that's a great example. Like you've always had an affinity for animal print, but you probably didn't buy much up until recently because it just wasn't around. But then when a trend
Yeah.
comes back or is around, you've just got more choice.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, for example, peplum's everywhere.
oh,
I don't love peplum.
Same.
I did it the first time. I'm not going back there.
Yeah.
But if I was a peplum lover, now I've got heaps to choose from. So
Yeah.
it's more just like you can dip in and out when the tide comes with that
Agreed.
trend, but don't
Yeah.
feel like you have to catch every wave.
Yes. And I also think if you're buying it because you really, really love that trend, even when it's no longer a trend, there's opportunities where you can kind of style it a
agree.
certain way.
Yeah. And just
Yeah.
wear it because it makes you happy.
Agree.
This is an interesting one because I feel like these two trends, I mean, they're not really trends, but they're kind of movements, are happening at the same time. First, we had quiet luxury, which is still kind of around. And then now we're seeing maximalism. Do you err on either side? Are you one or the other? And do you think they can exist in the same wardrobe or on the same person?
I think personally speaking, I'm like a maximalist girl, like through and through. I love like bag charms, phone charms, all
Yes, I
charms.
want to be that.
I love like, I don't know, fun prints, colors, and kind of mismatching.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of that and kind of adding a little bit of character to an outfit. In saying that though, I do think they can coexist. I think, maybe taking some things from the quiet luxury movement and like getting really like higher quality foundational pieces
Yes,
that you
because
can really use.
maximalist doesn't have to mean a lot of things.
No, yes.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's where sometimes people get confused.
Yeah, so I think they definitely can coexist. You can kind of take little bits from each movement. But personally speaking, I do love that maximalism is kind of
Yeah.
having a little bit of a comeback.
See, I'm not either. I wish I was quite luxury, but I'm just quite classic and boring. But my wardrobe is maximalist just because I've got so much
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
but I don't put it on all together. Maybe that's
Right.
how I need to get more wear out of my things. Is just
Yeah.
do some more quirky combinations.
Yeah, have some fun with it,
Yes. So talk to me about getting dressed. Do you
Mm.
plan your outfits the night before? Do you wake up and just go with the vibes? Do you ever like do a Sunday night the whole like week ahead? And how long does it take you from picking the outfit to out the door?
So no, there's no planning involved whatsoever. I think I'm a pretty chaotic person. So I just go to sleep, wake up. I mean, it's weather dependent too.
Do you
Sometimes
check the weather?
I don't check it. I just look out the window
You feel
and kind of
same. My husband always checks the weather, but
Same
he goes,
as mine. Oh my
he
gosh,
goes, it's
yeah.
going to be 27 today. And I'm
I'm
like,
like,
well, it's
okay.
7 a.m. I'm cold. And
Yeah.
then I get to 3 p.m. and I
Exactly.
was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. So I'll just kind of look out the window, check the vibe in the morning, see how I'm feeling.
Yes.
In terms of throwing it together, maybe I think picking it generally takes longer. So I'll be like
Yes.
15 minutes maybe
But
trying to
I
figure it
leave
out.
the least amount of time for that. And then I
Same.
get frustrated.
Same. And then I'll
Yes.
end up walking out of the house in something that I hate. And I'll be
Same.
like, I hate
Or
this outfit.
everything
but
is on the floor. And then when I get home from work, I'm like, well,
Yep, gotta
that
do
was
clean up.
smart.
Yeah. I'm exactly the same. But yeah, I don't leave too much time to get ready. But I also just don't think I'm someone who like would the night before
Wants-
sit around and be like, oh, let's think
Yes.
about what I'm going to wear. Yeah, got to be the on the day kind of thing.
Interesting. I think
Yeah.
about an item sometimes. I'm like, I really want to wear those pants this week or
Yeah.
tomorrow.
And then you style it on the day. Like
Yeah.
you'll figure it out on the
Or
day.
then you wake up and it's pouring rain. And you're like, well, I
wear
want to
that.
wear my sheer pants. All right. So speaking of getting dressed in your wardrobe, what's your approach there? Are you a color? Are you a hoarder? Is it organized? Is it messy? How do you store your things? And do you have any tips for wardrobe and organization?
I am like the worst person to ask for organizational tips like ever.
Oh my God, I've met my kindred spirit. Thank God. Everyone sitting in that chair is so organized, and I'm just like, why can't I be that person?
I'm just not that. I wish I was.
Me
I'm
too.
just not. Yeah, I think my wardrobe is very chaotic. I am a hoarder.
Me
I just. I mean, I know
I
I
mean,
try
I'm a
to.
collector.
Same. I love that. I'm going to use that from now on. I'm a
Yes.
collector, not a hoarder.
Yes.
But I find it really hard to part with clothing.
Me
I do
too.
try to every now and then do a
Yeah,
little
we
bit of
got
a
to
clean
do
out
some,
to clear the space for new things coming in.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is hard. So, I mean, there's probably items in my clothing that I've had since like early uni, high school, which is
But
crazy.
maybe that speaks to back to the style thing, that you're buying things in your style, so you don't want to get rid of them because they're still useful.
Yeah. And
So
I think like even
maybe
things
you're
that
a
I've
good
had.
shopper.
Yes, exactly. I think there are things that I've had for a long time that maybe I haven't touched for a little while, but then there will be an occasion. I know everyone says that, like,
Yes.
oh, I'll find a time to wear it,
Yeah.
but truly that feels very
Yeah.
real for me.
Yeah.
Where
And
I'll
you
find
probably
something.
have.
Yeah, I'll find something and I'll be like, oh, that still feels my style. It feels like I could still pair it with something. So I just find it
Yes.
hard to throw things away.
I don't think you have to, as long as those things still bring you joy and you wear them.
I agree.
Okay, I'm glad you're not organized like the rest of the
I
world.
love that.
Okay, this is fun.
Mhm.
Imagine you have an unlimited budget, but you can only buy one color of clothing, shoes, accessories for the rest of your life. What color and why?
This is going to be so boring and basic, but it's got to be black.
Yeah.
But
you can go to Chanel and buy all the black Chanel
yeah,
or
exactly.
the black Prada.
Exactly.
You know,
The world is your oyster when it comes to black. I
mine
feel
would
like
be white.
it would.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, cream. I like. Can I have
variations
variations
of the same color. Okay.
Well, off white maybe. I mean, black is
Yeah.
very classic. It's a hard one, isn't it?
It is hard. I think the only thing with white, I think I spoke about this last time, I don't have a lot of white in
I
my
have
wardrobe.
mostly white.
Yeah.
I don't wear a lot of black. I think because my hair, especially when
Oh.
it's very dark and a bob, and then when I wear black, I feel like I look like a Lego or a floating head.
Okay.
But it's the unlimited budget that threw me, because I think
Yeah.
oftentimes what holds me back from experimenting more with color is that I feel like you need more combinations to put it with.
Yep.
Where, that's why I try and keep things quite neutral. I don't try, but that's generally how I get there.
Yeah.
But if I've got an unlimited budget, then I can buy all the different color combos.
Yeah, that's
Quite
very
a mean
true.
question I
It
came up
is,
with.
isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take black and white off the table. You have to choose a color.
Oof. Okay. Does brown count?
Yeah, brown's allowed.
Okay.
Brown's allowed. I think brown too, actually. If I'm not allowed black or white, I think brown too.
Brown's also having quite a moment
yeah,
right
and
now.
it's like soft black.
Yeah, I
it's
just feel like
neutral.
it's still very neutral, but I don't know, something fun about it, you know?
I agree. And it just feels like rich.
Yes.
And now we are rich. We can buy all the expensive browns.
Yeah, it's so true.
What's the one item in your wardrobe that has the most emotional or sentimental value?
For me, it's, jewelry in general. So with fashion, I'm a little bit more, I don't know, I'm happy to, try a trend or try something different. Whereas with jewelry, I'm very, very intentional about what I buy. And I think that really comes from my mom and my grandma, and they've kind of passed down different pieces to me. And I
that's
try to build a
beautiful.
collection that I wear all the time, that I'm going to keep forever.
Yes, forever
So,
pieces.
Yeah, it would probably be like a family piece. There's a pearl necklace my grandma gave me that I wore on my wedding day,
Oh,
and that's just like
beautiful.
so special to me. So probably like a family piece.
I had a necklace on my wedding day, but I don't know what I've done with it. Thanks for
Oh.
reminding me. It obviously wasn't fancy. I think my husband went to La Visa the day before because someone told him that you meant to send something to you.
Oh my God, that's so cute though.
Okay, a few more questions, then we'll get into bougie and budget.
Mhm.
What's your favorite ever purchase that you've made?
I would say, I think I wore this on the pod last time. I wore this leather jacket. It's kind of a blazer
Ooh.
style leather jacket.
Ooh,
It's
cool.
very old and worn in. But
Black?
Yes.
Oh,
black,
but they
of course.
wear in so well.
But I actually got that in Japan at a vintage store for like $20 or something. And I've worn it so much. I wear it almost every day, and it was worth all the hours I spent sifting through those racks. So
Okay.
that's
Oh my
gonna
God.
be
See,
it.
I'm a huge thrifter, and I've been to
Yes.
Japan, but not since thrifting has blown up there.
Oh, it's
I think I
amazing.
need 4 days, 2 suitcases, and go by myself.
You would love it. It's amazing. But just the kind of variations of styles, and there's also higher end, obviously,
Yeah,
designer, luxury.
Yeah, but I still
consignment is
like
great.
sifting through the cheap stuff.
Oh, it's amazing.
And
You've
just the
gotta go.
volume there, because
Yes,
Australia's
yeah.
getting great for thrifting, but we just don't have the population to do the donation for the thrifting.
Yeah, there's whole areas where that whole area
There's
of the
a
city
whole
is full.
street of
Yeah.
shops for trench coats.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I think Nothing to Wear needs to go on tour. Okay, last one. What do you think most people misunderstand about style?
I think maybe just some of the rules around fashion and style. So one of the ones I think of is that you have to dress to flatter your body type, or what that means, like
yes.
flattering.
Which we're really saying slimming.
Yes.
Or hiding bits that you don't like.
Yes.
Which is very, a magazine hangover, and apologies, I used to work at magazines.
Yeah.
But flattering I think flattering should mean what makes you feel good.
Yes,
It
100%.
might be an oversized t-shirt.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's, if you feel good in it, then it works, then it's stylish.
Because flattering really is you in a good mood.
Yeah, 100%. I think
Not
we
what
need to
someone
redefine
else's
it.
eyes think.
Yes. So
I love that
that's probably for
point.
me, like, what I feel like is a little bit still outdated when we hear terms like that.
And, we still use the term because it kind of gets to the point and we know what we mean.
Yeah.
But it feels outdated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just feel good fashion, not flattering fashion.
Yeah. 100%.
You're a wise woman. Let's do bougie and budget. So it's just anything we've recently purchased or on our wish lists. We're in a new season. So, there's lots of things to choose from. Do you want to choose your bougie or budget first?
I'll go with my budget first.
Okay.
To be honest, both the things I've chosen are kind of the same item but different price points,
Love
which I
it.
think is good.
Love it.
So my budget is the Zara ripped wide leg mid-waist jeans.
Okay.
And last time I was on the pod, we spoke about how
ripped.
Yes, distressing is back, which I love. That's like a trend that I'm very much for. I've been waiting, like eagerly waiting for it to come back. So when I saw it on the runways, I was like,
I know. I need to get my head around it.
It is, yeah.
Like we're not doing that massive hole in our knee.
I mean, who knows?
Oh,
that may but also these Zara jeans are kind of like a little, like just a small step where they're
elevated,
slightly distressed here and maybe a little bit on the knee. They're not too crazy.
Yeah, they're not. Your grandma's not going to go, let me buy you some new jeans.
No. So I think these are kind of a little taster of like a little bit of distressing that still feels quite tasteful.
Cool. I love that. How much are they?
They are $69.95.
Wow,
so not too bad. Yeah.
And if you don't want to buy brand new, go thrifted.
Yes.
Because that's where all the old distressed ones have been donated, or just buy some and distress them yourself.
Yes, I was going to say, if you have old jeans that you never wear anymore, it's a nice try to just like make some incisions, fray them a little bit. It's great. There's like a million tutorials on YouTube.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, my budget is also a pair of pants. So they're a pair of Uniqlo pants, and I have last year's version. They're doing an almost identical version this year, but they're not launched until mid-October. So what I love about the Uniqlo website is there's a coming soon tab.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, it makes me excited because it also makes me less impulsive because I go there and think, oh, I can't get them yet. And then I think about them.
Yeah.
But I have these pants in kind of like a light khaki olive, and I have worn them to death. And that is not to say they're not good quality. I just love them and I get so many comments on them. So this season's version is called the Linen Blend Barrel Leg Pants, $59.90. When I say linen blend, it's not that sort of Byron Bay linen-y beach linen. It's very kind of urban linen. You can wear them in the city. You could wear them out to drinks. They're so comfy. They're so good. $59.50.
How good. I love a barrel.
Yes, and it's also, it's not an extreme barrel. It's quite, it's, a cool but tapered wearable barrel. I'm literally going to get every color this season because I wish I did last year. They're so comfy. They're breathable. Wow, I should be an ambassador. What's your bougie? So you've got a bougie version.
Yes. So my bougie version is the Subi Super Surge Trashed. Again, distressed. These are a little bit more distressed, maybe a bit too much for your taste. For your taste, Leigh.
You watch. In 3 weeks, I'll be coming in with distressed jeans.
I love these though. There's a little bit more distressing on the front, and I feel like, I don't know. I think it's a part of me that used to wear distressed jeans. I still have all my distressed jeans.
Okay.
And like when people stopped wearing them, I was really sad about it. So
well,
I feel
at least
like
you've still got them.
Yeah, and I can pull them out now, and it's trendy again.
Okay. I'm gonna work on that. Although why in my mid-40s do I feel like I have to?
That's so true.
But I agree. They can look very cool. Like even if you do a distressed jean, but an oversized fitted kind of blazer, like you don't have to look like you're going to the skate park.
Yeah, I think it's, you know what, it's the same way I feel about, we talked about peplum before, how I hate that when it was around back in the 2010s and the way it was styled. But I do think there's some really chic and unique ways to style it now that we weren't doing back when it was popping.
Agreed. So if there's a trend that's coming back, forget how you wore it and look at it with fresh eyes before you write it off.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, my bougie is inspired by, I just got back actually. You filled in for me. Thank you. I was in Canada for a work trip. I was in Toronto, which I'm moving to, by the way. This is my resignation. Only joking. I've been to Toronto a couple of times, but it's just above New York City. It's New York City without the madness of, that country at the moment, and also the dollar's pretty much on par. And they were all going into autumn, winter. And what I love to see was, because we're seeing so much summer or spring summer suede here, all the chocolate and tan suedes are still everywhere in Zara, in H&M, in Mango.
I love that.
And they get cold, cold, cold there.
Mm.
So if you are thinking about investing in a suede anything,
Mhm.
do it now. Wear it through summer, obviously differently and not to like the beach. But we're seeing a lot of suede for the first time in a hot season, but you're going to invest. So I saw some really cool women walking around and it was quite warm for the time of year. So they were in their suede loafers, but with shorts and a blazer, or suede loafers with a cool flowy maxi.
I love that.
Which we can do now. And then you can
Yeah.
wear them with your jeans and stuff
Yeah,
later.
cool.
So I've got a very affordable pair from 100 years ago that I wore on that trip, but it made me realize actually they fell apart.
On the trip?
Pretty
Oh,
much.
That's so sad.
And there was some slippery stairs. The sole fell off. Anyway,
Yeah.
I want a new pair of beautiful kind of suede. I'm calling it a loafer, but they're not really like a business loafer. It's kind of a moccasin hybrid.
Mhm.
My dream pair are the Tod's driving shoes in
Mhm.
suede.
And how much are those?
They are $1,230. I've always loved them, but I'm still not going to buy them because they've
Yeah.
got that like classic Tod's tread that's like they call it a driving shoe. So I know the base is durable.
Yep.
But I ain't got $1,000 to spend on suede shoes.
$1,000 is steep.
It's crazy. And I'm tough on my shoes. I do have some fancy pairs, but I often get them on Depop.
Yep.
I'm not spending that much money on new shoes. So in reality, I think I'm going to get the Senso Astro 2. They are very similar. You know, like I said, loafery, but not business loafer, casual loafer, a bit of a moccasin,
Yeah.
$249.
Okay.
And there's a
Much
bunch
more
of different color suedes. I'm going to get the kind of darker tan, erring on the side of brown, but not chocolate brown.
Yeah.
I just want to wear them forever. I'm so
love it.
excited.
A loafer is just,
I love a loafer. And I think,
same.
you know, we all go, oh, summer, blah, blah, blah. But I still come to the office and I don't,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
sometimes you want a closed toe shoe.
Yeah, agreed. Sometimes you don't want to wear sandals into the office.
Sometimes you don't have a petty.
Sometimes the AC is blasting and
Right?
you just need a cardi and a pair of loafers.
I
you know?
love it. Chelsea, thank you so much. I loved getting to know you better.
Thank you for having
We're
me.
going to have you back on quite frequently, I think. And thank you for filling in for me when I went away.
Thank you.
See you soon.